In my previous video, I told you guys how to utilize your student loans no matter when you're planning on buying a home, real estate. So check out that video. That was the first one. And so now I want to talk about preparing for your down payment. So there are usually costs associated with a purchase of a home. And depending on how the contract is written, you could get into your first property or your next property for as low as $2,500 out of pocket. Now, how is that possible? Well, it depends on taking advantage of certain programs and certain opportunities that are available for down payment, for closing costs, because your out-of-pocket costs usually will be down payment, your inspections, your appraisal, and your closing costs. And I can show you exactly how those break down, but if you work the contract the right way, you could get into a property for as low as $2,500 out of pocket. I do tell people that if you make more than $43,000 a year, be prepared to say have like $5,000 or $6,000 saved up out of pocket, because there's less available to you for assistance with closing costs. So just keep these things in mind, that you need to keep a little bit of money saved. Now, for some of you out there who make less than $43,000 a year and you getting a stimulus check and you're getting a tax refund, if you don't need that for survival, if you're not someone who has lost income this year, take that money, hold on to it. Don't spend a dollar of it. Consider what you could do if you owned a property. So what I had done when I bought my first property was I used my tax refund to put toward the down payment, and I bought a multifamily property. So I always advise people, if you're looking to make wealth growth decisions, and you want to do them immediate, you don't want to wait for the equity to be built up in your house, you want to get a property that's going to yield income for you or reduce your budget. So that's what I did by buying a multifamily property. I'm able to have 2 other people rent space from me in this multifamily space. I still have plenty of room for my household. And because of the cost expense sharing in the whole property, I'm able to save money now every month that I can then apply for other investments and other growth opportunity. But I'm also doing it in an ethical way because I want the other people who share space with me to do the same thing. So their rent is very reasonable. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but it's reasonable. So that way they can also have enough extra money to do the same thing, because I want them to be able to grow as well. It's not just about me. They're helping me grow. I'm helping them grow. And that's kind of like the mentality that I have on everything that I work on, is that everybody associated should have growth potential within the operation. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another thing that people can do is, if you operate a business, try to find a property that you can do your business and your household out of, so you reduce your overhead expenses. And there are some properties like that. You can find multi-use zoned properties, and a couple other things that I can work out with you to show you how to get this accomplished for you to reduce your cost of living once again. And your overhead for your business. You could also very simply just buy a smaller space. A lot of people, are not willing to live in a smaller space. You don't have to buy the 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath dream home right now. You want to build up to that, right? Because if you buy the 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath dream home today and you don't have enough wealth equity and things like that built up, it's going to be a burden for you, right? If you don't have that income to make that easily affordable, right? So you want to buy something that's reasonable, a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, very low prices available in the 2-bedroom, 1 bath range. So think about your first property as being a way of reducing your cost of living or your overhead for your business, or both. And think about what you could do with that money, because you can save that money to invest in other things, or to have money for trips and treats for yourself and for your household, and just having that freedom, that economic freedom that is so, it's just so eye-opening and so healthy. You don't have to worry. There's less stress, less harm on your body, because you're not worried about pinching pennies to get by anymore. Like, there's so many reasons to buy real estate with this in mind. I call it buying wise. That's basically what it is. So the next video, I'm going to speak more about equity and what you can do with that. Like I said, this week I'll be sharing a lot on my IGTV, a lot of helpful information. This is the week to pay attention, because with stimulus checks and tax refunds coming in, a lot of you guys need to take this step. This is the time to do it. Plus, the mortgage interest rates are ridiculously low. So keep that in mind, everybody. Like I said, in the next one, we're going to talk about how you can use equity to build wealth. Peace.